So I was part of the first cohort back in 2012, 2013, I believe. And I want to begin just by sharing a little story that happened to me this last year, and how MAJIC, my experience being a part of MAJIC, really helped me with this encounter that I had. And I apologize for getting kind of political, but it's worth the share just to show you what I've learned. So basically, I'm a sophomore at UC Irvine, and it's a very difficult school to be at if you really want to experience this kind of dialogue and relationships with Muslims and Jews together. So basically every year there are different weeks, events that the Muslim Student Union has and that the Jewish organization has on campus. And every year there's always clashes, and this year actually got pretty physical, which was very unfortunate. And during AZW, which is the Anti-Zionism Week, which is the title of the event that the Muslim Student Union has, they put up a wall that represents the wall in the West Bank. And basically, this wall is meant for the Muslims who are part of the MSU, Muslim Student Union, to stand around, and anyone who walks by kind of asks questions, and it's kind of an educational thing. And my experience with that is when I'm standing there and people come up and ask questions, I try to give a very balanced response or balanced explanation that kind of shows the injustices going on both sides. And when I do that, and the Muslims who are standing around me are like, Marwa, what are you doing? Why are you explaining like what's happening to the Israelis? Like, no, this is Palestinians. Like, there's nothing going on in Israel. Like, how could you say that? Like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, well, if you want to be credible and, you know, have this kind of conversation that's civil, you got to talk about, you know, both sides. This isn't a one-sided issue. There's a lot more to it than that. And they were just like, Marwa, like, that's not, no, like, they just couldn't understand. And it's that kind of encounter is just, it's very unfortunate. And I just remembered the story when Shachar, who's going to talk after me, asked me how did you incorporate your learning experiences from MAJIC into going into the college world. And I told her, well, it's very difficult because that part of understanding from both sides is inexistent where I am. So that first step is just missing, of really understanding what's happening and being able to even have a conversation. No conversations happen at my university. And I really hope that I could try to incorporate that at UC Irvine, but I need help. So that's just a little something to just show what MAJIC really did to me, because I was raised in an Arab household where there's no such thing as talking to the other side. It just wasn't something that my parents understood or really wanted for me. They were even afraid of me going into this program because they were worried that they were going to convert me or they were going to brainwash me, whatever that means. So being part of MAJIC really helped me learn how to listen to really understand and not listen just to respond, and to listen just to have a reaction. Oftentimes I didn't even need to respond. I didn't even need to say anything. All I needed to do was learn how to listen and understand what my fellow humans had to say. And right now, I mean, it really helped me become a very active citizen and try to incorporate my moral obligation to be civically engaged and part of community and part of dialogue and integration of society. And I started working at the Muslim Public Affairs Council, MPAC, which gave birth to New Ground. And that is a huge honor, working alongside Adina Lekovic. And she's always been my inspiration, and working with her now is just an incredible honor. And MAJIC, I'm sorry, I'm probably going way over the time. Anyway, so I learned a lot, and I really hope that, you know, my aspirations for the future of MAJIC is that we can really start facilitating conversations about the conflict and teaching how to have this kind of peaceful dialogue that a lot of areas just like my college campus doesn't have. So I'm really excited to work with future magicians, and thank you so much.